Zuniga, who has the role as safety director, has been a volunteer in the USS Midway for about 8 years now. With about 2,800 hours of volunteering, Jean has had a lot of different experiences. Ms. Zuniga truly cherishes the idea that it is important to give back to those who serve to protect us, which is one of the main things that sparked in her the desire to begin volunteering. I, Vere Rico, am someone who believes that identity is not made up of the name you are given or the way you look, but it is made up of what you make it. I was inspired the most by Jean when she used the power of her words to convey her thoughts and beliefs, specifically with the topic of women's rights, which is something I feel strongly about. Through her words, I was able to learn more about the specific topic and how someone can truly be changed because of it.
There wasn't much area for women in the electronics field. When I went out into the workforce with the company I worked for, the telephone company, I was turned down for many jobs, so it was a real fight to get into it. But I eventually did and spent 35 years in the industry. My father told me that the only thing you have to sell is your labor. And to get the highest amount of money for your labor, you have to be prepared. Not necessarily schooled, but prepared. That's why when I wanted to get into electronics, that I just steadfastly went for it. I didn't back down. I kept going forward, even though I had the setbacks. It was because of what my father had told me.
Through Jean Zuniga's story, I learned that she is someone who pushes past the hard times and fights for her rights as a woman in the male-dominated workplace. Personally, I believe that civic engagement, such as the women's rights movement, has a great amount of importance. I find it to be important because there are certain aspects of this specific movement that are still fought for at times like now. Along with that, the women's rights movement is only one of the topics that today's younger people are beginning to have opinions about and are slowly speaking out about, like myself. I contribute by looking past the gender of someone, as we all should have done before and we should do now. I also feel strongly about spreading nothing but love, which is why I want my verse to be. Represent the idea about learning to love the things you have, yourself, and those around you. Project that love to everyone to make some sort of change. Thank you to the Kearney 11th grade team and to the USS Midway for their unconditional help and support throughout this whole project. A special thanks to Jean Zuniga for being so loving and for making this such an unforgettable experience. From the bottom of my heart, you are all greatly appreciated.